For my on-stage performance, it's interesting because it's completely different than any other show that we've ever done, or that I've ever done specifically. And I've done heightened language things before, but it's heightened language along with rhyme. And so my first concern when I was cast was like, am I going to be able to actually act and rhyme at the same time? And thankfully, Drew's there, and like we wouldn't be where we are without Drew, just because like when I first saw the character, and this is still true, but like when I first read the character, I was like, wow, he's kind of just a sarcastic, smart aleck, you know. Mm-hmm. And then like when I delved deeper into the character, and then when Drew helped me kind of also do that a little bit more, you realize that he's also just kind of silly. Like he's really smart, he's an intelligent guy, but he's also just silly, and he's there to have fun.
What all kind of stuff did you do behind stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of pretty much everything, like literally, just because like anything that needs to be done that day, because there's only like 4 of us that are actually employed here as work study, and so and then we only work 8 hours a week, and you know there are some times where like an employee was like, oh well, I have to write this paper, so I can't come in today, and so we're shorthanded. And not to mention that we had an incredibly short period of time. Like with To Kill a Mockingbird, we had quite a bit of time to do this, but for this show, we had a much shorter range of time to put it together. So we're definitely doing a lot every day, and I mean, you've seen this set; it's pretty large and mm-hmm. magnificent. I would say the hardest part was probably the painting and the trim, you know, getting all that perfect and stuff. But yeah, we all pretty much do everything.
Did y'all have to paint like the entire stage, like all the walls and floors?
Eric did the floor for the most part, and then he has a stagecraft class, which he sometimes goes out there and he has them do some stuff as well. But there was one night that we did tech, and the entire cast helped with painting the walls, and so we got that done in like a night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many? Since you said it took you just one night to get all the walls done, like how many hours were y'all here that night?
Well, that day I think we started working at like 1, and we left at about 5. But you got to think like there's like 13 people in the cast, plus there was some crew members helping. So, and we're doing a scumbling, which is basically like you have 2 different brushes, and you put on one color, and then you put in another color, and you kind of mix it, and you just keep doing that. And that's what gives it that, like, there's like tan in there, and then there's brown in there. And then Eric went back over it with splattering some paint on it and stuff.
Okay. So overall, like just from 1 to 5, like 1 p.m. To 5 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just specifically on that day, because that was actually on Saturday.
But yeah, just combine that with all the combined man hours of the entire cast working on that. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, literally, because basically the shop starts working around 2, and then goes to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and then Eric and Marshall sometimes come in on the weekends. So it's quite a bit of work to put all that, and that's not even counting the fact that, you know, there's costuming going on, which Christina's amazing at, and she has her own employees working on that, and then there's also lights and sound, which have to do what they have to do, and it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that I've heard a lot of just from, you know, working on the show, there's a loss of sleep. For you personally, you know, you're pulling a double shift working in the shop and performing on stage for the show. How are you still able to get all the sleep that you need for this?
Wow, no, not at all. And like people don't realize like just how much sleep deprived theater majors are, or theater people in general, because like we just don't get sleep. Like I was literally taking a nap before this interview, just because I'm exhausted. I'm so happy the weekend's here, and like, you know, like you don't. The hardest part of the whole thing is just the rehearsal process. You know, like it's fun, but it's hard work. You know, like people don't realize how difficult acting actually is, or putting on a show actually is. and I'm thankful that we all did put all this hard work into it, because I think that we came out with a very beautiful project.